Yuan Bingyan's March 11th news. Yuan Bingyan bubbled to test the waters. Negative public opinion is still there. In fact, the outside world has a misunderstanding of her taxation incident. Falling Flowers has been reviewed. Yuan Bingyan issued an article to test the waters for a comeback after controversy over the tax issue. The Falling Flowers has been reviewed. Yuan Bingyan issued an article to test the water for a comeback after the controversy over the tax issue fell flowers. The legal basis for failure to perform withholding is Article 69. Yuan Bingyan case and the New Oriental did not immediately perform withholding arbitrary case of the same nature. The penalties are based on Article 69. Then the New Oriental is not tax evasion. Yuan Bingyan natural is not counted from the legal level. Yuan Bingyan this operation is to test the water comeback for the Falling Flowers broadcast to do publicity. Yuan Bingyan is not really cloth is very hard. Not only can it be on the hot search, and its works are not blocked, in fact. In addition to her comeback, Midway including the recent also came to ask her and Cheng due to the then cooperative shooting plus the recent 2 microblogging, feel there together also did a hidden interaction. The so-called interaction is the woman sent an expression plus with the picture in the afternoon. Treasure girl Yuan Bingyan, wearing white first love dress tender back to 18 years old, too fresh in age defying this is a first love model dress that makes people have a sense of art, the choice of simple and clean white, creating a romantic and gentle atmosphere. Yuan Bingyan can also post his because she was not explicitly blocked, and at the time she was stealing gold through the company, but also considered to play a rubbish, but the main reason, or backstage someone. In fact she still has a few pending plays, the platform side are deliberately lifting up, but at present everything is in the test water, if the play can come up. The latter is said to be Yuan Bingyan. Yuan Bingyan is in a good mood sunshine self-eyes, easily on a hot search. Leoli Bono's impact since last year was exploded tax scandal, by the Fox team and Little Red Maiden crew temporary return, she is ready to come back the hint has been in the bubble. In addition, there are also reports that Yuan Bingyan in April and May will be airborne to play, not before has been testing the water Fallen Flowers and Meet the Gentleman, but with Zheng Hanli in cooperation Poor City also Kinghun, Yuan Bingyan may be from now on to prepare step by step to resume work. Yuan Bingyan wore a black halter dress, the dress chest reference bow style to do a piece of shoulder design, the waist also joined the hollow design highlights her waistline, the design of this dress is very innovative. Soft wool fabric always looks extra appropriate in autumn, which is probably the reason why Yuan Bingyan chose the gray sweater, with her gentle character has a coincidental effect, if only in private, she will be long hair casually scattered down, releasing a strong elegant posture. Yuan Bingyan testing the waters to make a comeback, leading to romance rumors. The actual interaction is actually the woman sent a sun emoji with a picture in the afternoon and the man sent a moon emoji and microblogging video in the evening. The actual interaction is a little far-fetched to say what you want to express. After poking around the two of them should not be possible, not to mention together, now even personal friends are not, the future may also be the old dead kind of relationship, now Yuan Bingyan's situation, but no one will come to dip. The new microblogging has been secretly issued by Yuan Bingyan recently, does it mean that it can be a comeback? But actually not, just she herself and the team is very want to come back, in the continuous test water. But according to the previous attitude of the top to deal with this kind of thing, not she wants to be able to come out. If there really are hints and asterisks, she has long started to do marketing to receive new plays. Yuan Bingyan bubble test water, negative public opinion is still there, in fact, the outside world has misunderstandings about her tax events. Yuan Bingyan rarely shows up, she sent a circle of friends, and a few beautiful photos. In less than an hour, there were more than 100,000 likes, so it is clear that Yuan Bingyan still has a certain fan base. However, he has not been affected much in these 6 months, which will help him a lot in his future development. This time, Yuan Bingyan's performance on the internet will naturally be subject to some criticism, such as tax evasion and so on, which is really great. The words were thick with mockery, expressing dissatisfaction with Yuan Bingyan for appearing so blatantly, as if she wanted to quit the entertainment industry. Negative news is the biggest obstacle to Yuan Bingyan's return. The entertainment industry is now controlled by negative news. Once there is negative news, whether true or false, will be listed as risky people, greatly affecting her development, so she has to keep a low profile. In addition to Yuan Bingyan, Zio's Heo Gang and Yang Kayingxi are also a good example. They are all affected by the social opinion. The negative press led to Yuan Bingyan's role being withdrawn. She was fired from Fox Team and Little Red Queen, her only 2 commercial contracts being cancelled, the number of scripts plummeting, and so on. This is even worse for Yuan Bingyan, who is 28 years old and red hot, and has no successor. In fact, those negative comments are just a misunderstanding of Yuan Bingyan, not because her tax problems are so bad that she is not labeled as a bad artist. There was a misunderstanding about Yuan Bingyan's tax issue in some ways. At that time, the headlines about Yuan Bingyan were Yuan Bingyan fined $970,000 for tax evasion and Yuan Bingyan fined $1.63 million for tax evasion. Intuitively, there was a fundamental difference between his behavior and someone's behavior. This is the main reason why Yuan Bingyan can continue to hang around in this circle, because she did not cheat on her taxes, but her company did. Afterwards, Yuan Bingyan's studio made an announcement, one of which focused on stating that the reason for the fine was because the company had not paid the corresponding taxes in full and in accordance with the regulations at the required time. The announcement made it clear that the fine was imposed because the withholding was not completed, not simply because of repeated tax evasion. All in all, Yuan Bingyan's tax problem this time is essentially just a failure to pay taxes in accordance with the regulations, and has nothing to do with tax evasion. The most convincing thing is that, on the official website of Chongqing Taxation Bureau, Chongqing Lian was fined for not withholding taxes and not evading taxes, and this incident is a general tax administrative penalty. Ordinary is very important, but tax evasion is not ordinary. These are two different concepts. Secondly, tax evasion will be announced by the General Administration of Taxation, and the person who traces the punishment will also have the corresponding record. Like Pingrong, Su Guahao, these stars, their tax evasion records are available. But on Yuan Bingyan's name, there is sorry. On the website of Chongqing Lian, no information related to this was found. This proves that Yuan Bingyan and her company are not involved in tax evasion, but are only subject to the usual tax penalties. There is no news about Yuan Bingyan in major media, such as CCTV News and Xinhua News Agency. Once again, he emphasized that Yuan Bingyan's innocence was just a matter of people outside worrying about nothing. The verdict was finally made according to the relevant laws and regulations, and the detailed articles were deleted according to Article 63 of the Law of the People's Republic of China on Tax Collection and Management. Yuan Bingyan's matter and New Oriental's failure to pay taxes on time are of the same nature, so the penalty was also based on Article 69. So New Oriental was not found to be a tax evader, and Yuan Bingyan certainly was not found to be a tax evader. Legally, Yuan Bingyan and Yuan Bingyan's company did not evade taxes, but she did not pay taxes according to the regulations. Therefore, Yuan Bingyan was inexplicably labeled as a bad artist, which is not fair to her. From the beginning to the end, there was no mention of tax evasion, nor was there any mention of punishment. It can only be said that this matter is too big, so that most people have lost their senses. In the end, it was Yuan Bingyan who suffered, inexplicably taking the blame. After the incident, some media started spreading rumors that Yuan Bingyan changed companies during her break and suspected that she had someone backing her up. In fact, this is not true. Yuan Bingyan changed her company on June 30th, 2010, which can be seen from the above that it was an ordinary working day. And some experts say that it takes a month at the earliest for a company to change its name, and a day is simply impossible, let alone consider it. Some people spread rumors that Yuan Bingyan's other companies also evaded taxes, but after investigation of Shanghai Bingyan Film and Television Culture Company, Limited, no tax-related administrative penalties were found. Moreover, 2 years have passed since this incident, and it has nothing to do with the current tax issue. Yuan Bingyan's tax issue has nothing to do with tax evasion, and there are no legal regulations. It is entirely because of the speculation of the people who eat melons that this result is caused. Yuan Bingyan should reappear as usual, just pay attention to the tax issue. 02. Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo were copied? Deng Zhao and Sun Li make up 250 million? Wang Li's sky-high salary? Wang Yi sold out? Cheng Yi and Yuan Bingyan broke up? Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo were copied? In the past, the internet celebrity Jiu has been marketing himself as Xiao Zhan's meal replacement. Over time, he has indeed received bonuses by relying on the similarity. From an internet celebrity to an artist, he not only received film and television resources, but also business endorsements. But at this point, he still felt that it was not enough, and started to stir up CP with another internet celebrity named Yejin. Since Yejin's popular route is to imitate Wang Yibo, so now the collaboration between the two has really attracted a lot of attention. Bo Yuan belongs to Bajin Yaxia OCP. Seeing that these two pirated versions are becoming more and more popular, some netizens are starting to worry that Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo will be replaced by these two internet celebrities. After all, they now have professional companies to promote. It is an iron law that it is inconvenient for domestic entertainment to have talents from generation to generation, so sooner or later someone will replace Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo as the new top-notch, but obviously, this kind of luck is not up to Jiuyu and Yichin, because although these two people can, it's okay to make yourself look good, but once you go offline, you will show your true colors, and get rid of a bunch of melons who want them to be Bajin Yixiao's meal replacement. Although Xiao Zhan still looks pretty in his 30s, and Wang Yibo's education problem has yet to be resolved, which also leaves Melon friends speechless, but objectively, the qualifications of the two of them as artists are still acceptable, but these two copy-type internet celebrities, apart from being good at rubbing, there is no skill at all. Based on this, unless the two of them broadcast live tongue kisses every day, Bajin Yixiao OCP fans will eventually wake up. Crazy Uncle has to admit the self-confidence of their fans, even daring to say that Jiuyu looks no worse than Xiao Zhan, and Yijing is Wang Yibo's unsweetened high-profile version. Wang Lei's sky-high salary? Recently, Ningming's prospectus was uploaded on the internet, and it turned out that a slot was found in it. During Wang Lei's filming of the little series of TV series, the film salary was about 25 million for each drama, and the average episode was about 500,000. Considering that the shooting cycle of these dramas is mostly 3 months, that is, about 100 days, during the filming period, Wang Lei's daily income is about 250,000. This salary is not considered a sky-high salary, it is much cheaper than Chuangzi's daily salary of 2.08 million inches the past, and Wang Lei's acting skills and ability to handle dramas are also obvious to all, so there is nothing to criticize about this. However, one key detail is that during the filming of these dramas, Wang Lei also served as screenwriter, art director, and literary planner. Especially for Xiao Min's home in 21 years, the art service guidance fee he received on this project was as high as 15.9 million. And this kind of nominal work, everyone knows it. Most of them are a kind of invisible remuneration, which is a routine of policy at the top and countermeasures at the bottom that artists and crews have pondered after the remuneration policy came out. Therefore, some friends think that Wang Lei uses the edgeball method to ask for sky-high remuneration, which is ugly. Coupled with the fact that his daughter Wang Duoduo just had a major overturn in the past few days because of the illiteracy incident, his family's reputation will become even worse. In fact, don't look at the kind of winking persona that is always set up intentionally or unintentionally, but a careful analysis shows that Wang Lei has always been smart when it comes to money. In Where Are We Going, Dad 2, the program group invited Wang Lei in the first season, but Wang Lei thought it was low, so he rejected it. Later, the program became a hit. In the second season, he took the initiative to apply for recording, and he was older than others. Children who are a few years older will appear on the scene, and the tonality of the program group does not fit well, so they will be complained about. Then there is Late Night Canteen in 2016. Wang Lei, as an investor, added a lot of product placement ads to the show in order to make more money. As a result, the filming of this show was completely different, and it would be ridiculed when it was broadcast. There is also Longing for Life. Wang Lei also invested in this show. Viewers who follow this variety show should know that this show has been seriously commercialized in recent seasons. At first. After all, Wang Lei is now a businessman who puts his interest first, and his reputation has collapsed. In the final analysis, he made it step by step by himself. Wang Yi sold out? Recently, Wang Yi stated in an interview that after acting in Huanzu Zhejian, his view of love was affected, and his cognition also deviated. She has always believed that there are boys like Fifth Prince, and her mind is full of all kinds of beautiful love stories, so that she cannot accept any emotional failure. It wasn't until I finally experienced the ups and downs of life that I understood many things, and I also understood that women should grow up independently and grow into red roses with thorns. Crazy Uncle suddenly felt that this sentence seemed familiar, and it turned out that Shen Yu had said similar things before. Shen Yu once said that she acted in too many idol dramas, listened to too many love stories, and experienced all kinds of romantic scenes, so she couldn't accept it to ordinary life, and felt that if she fell in love, she would. What's the point of not talking about it? In fact, as a script, there must be many romantic and climaxing plots, otherwise this drama lacks basic highlights. But when it lands in real life, how can there be so much vigor and vitality? With the popularity of Flowers, in addition to the hero Yan Chengsu, the single mother played by Wang Yi in the play is also relatively out of the circle, thus entering the audience's sight again. When it comes to Wang Yi's silence these years, I have to mention the one-off marriage between her and Wang Yiking. To sum it up in one sentence, if an amateur divorces an artist, the artist will always suffer. Because compared to the public's requirements for artists such as moral standards and codes of conduct, amateurs do not need to be examined at all, and even if morals are stained, it will not affect life. So you can see that no matter whether Wang Yi and Wang Yaking divorced, or Biggest and Wang Xiaofei divorced, the person in the circle cannot retreat completely. Cheng Yi and Yuan Bingyan broke up? Recently, Yuan Bingyan posted a new Weibo, and some friends questioned whether she could make a comeback. Uncle Crazy has already mentioned this issue when he talked about her situation before. She herself and the team really want to come back, but the problems that have happened in the past are also facts, so it is not something she can come out of if she thinks about it. If it goes well, why would she need to post Weibo again and again to test the water? If it really didn't affect her, she should have done marketing to take on the dramas. Since there are no new actions and she is just posting on Weibo, it means that the problem still has an impact. In addition to her comeback, some people came to ask her and Cheng Yi in the middle of the process, including recently, because they collaborated in the filming together and the two Weibo recently. I posted an emoji with a picture, and the man posted an emoji and a video on Weibo at night, one sun and one moon, which made sense from morning to night. Although I think this kind of candy is too hard, people familiar with the matter revealed that it is impossible for the two of them, let alone being together. They don't even have a personal relationship now, and they may not communicate with each other in the future. Deng Zhao and Sun Li paid 250 million yuan. Recently, Deng Zhao and Sun Li also worked hard to promote Deng Zhao's new movie. It was popular in the sky, but the jumping was too high profile, and accidents would undoubtedly happen. Moreover, in the past few days, Sister Jiuyi, Yuan Bingyan and other tax evaders have been making a lot of noise. Some people think of the time when Fan Bingbing had an accident, and Deng Zhao and Sun Li were also involved in the list of 17 taxpayers. At that time, someone in the industry once exploded, saying that these two people would make up 250 million gold coins, which is even more exaggerated than the gold coins that Jiuyi's sister made up. The name Billion is because after stealing gold coins, he was fined again. 2 plus 1, the total is about 900 million. There is one thing to say, the melon of Deng Zhao and Sun Li is indeed true. The reason why they didn't have an accident was that the person who broke the news was not mainly targeting them at the time, and they were not pushed to the forefront, which gave them the time and opportunity to deal with this matter in private. In sharp contrast to Fan Bingbing's aggressive behavior after being exposed, Deng Zhao and Sun Li saw that the situation was not good, so they immediately slipped and knelt down, and quickly made up the amount of the stolen gold coins. Afterwards, they found a lot of contacts in the Shanghai circle, and they had a very good attitude, honestly trying to please the mainstream circle, so that they could continue to dance in the entertainment circle.